I received my CML, which is chronic myelogenous leukemia diagnosis, in October 2010. I'd been sick. I had all of these stomach issues that began about a month before I went to the doctor. And we had been traveling in Europe. I had been there for work, and then we were there for a vacation. And I thought that the stomach issues had to do with all the different foods I was eating. But they wouldn't go away. So I went to a Care Now facility, and they drew my blood. And the poor doctor came in, and he looked, his face, he was white as a sheet. And he's like, "You are critically ill. You need to go to the emergency room." So, not knowing what he meant, because he wouldn't expand any further, I went to the emergency room. And then as soon as I was able to see some of my blood counts, I started looking them up and realized, oh, this is probably cancer. And yep, that was confirmed by the end of the day. CML is a blood cancer. It means that without treatment, CML would cause my platelets and my white blood cells to be very elevated. And when I asked my sister, who's an oncology nurse, what that could cause, she said eventually it could cause a stroke. So it was important to get it treated. The medication that I was on, Tasigna, was really, I didn't suffer a lot of side effects from it. But one of the potential side effects was that it could cause sudden death. So every once in a while, I would be walking and I would be like, oh my gosh, what would that feel like? What would that be like? But I guess you kind of learn to live with it after a couple of years. I was in treatment from October 2010 to September 2016. I had to take a daily pill. The Tasigna was basically a chemo pill. And I had to take 2 pills in the morning and 2 pills in the evening. And but again, I was very, very fortunate. I think thanks to the wonderful funding that the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society provided, a drug like Tasigna was possible and allowed me to live a very normal life. I have had 4 different bone biopsies, which were never fun, but no, I didn't have to go through any of that. And I think anytime you have a cancer diagnosis, it makes you feel very, makes you realize that life is fragile. Even if it's, again, my sister said, if you're gonna get any cancer, this is the one you wanna get. But at the same time, you know, the fear of sudden death, the fear that it could progress to something more serious, that was a daily, for several years, it was a daily thought in my mind. So what I did to help me get through it, I made sure I worked out. I joined Team in Training, which really helped because that kept me running and meeting people that were in similar circumstances or were very supportive of the cause. That helped a great deal. Listen to your doctor. Take the medication. Try to be brave and strong, even though it's not easy. And try to live the best life you can. That I'm fragile. That you think you've got it all together, and then the next thing you know, you're hit with a cancer diagnosis, and it makes you stop. So I think what I really learned is that as strong as I thought that I was, I'm fragile. I tried to work. In retrospect, I probably should have taken some time off because I think what you learn when you are hit with a cancer diagnosis is that you should take moments to reflect. You should take time to reflect. You try to be strong and just deal with it, but it's really important to appreciate your family and yourself. I do think that because of the great advances that the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society has done, other people like me will have a chance. Early detection, the great advances in the medications. I have a coworker that I've worked with very closely, and he got the very same diagnosis, chronic myelogenous leukemia. But the chronic part isn't chronic anymore because I'm in remission. I still have to go get tested, so make sure you keep up with the tests, but have hope. Today, I have a clean bill of health. As of today, I've been cancer-free for 4 years.
Is beating cancer in your blood? Click the link below to donate now.